Hello Suresh, how are you? Hello Sam, I'm good. You do not come for a morning walk nowadays. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything is fine. Actually, I was not in Chennai. Why? I went to Coimbatore to meet my son. Oh, how is your son? Yes, he is living happily. That's great. And how are your daughter-in-law and your grandson? Yeah, they are also great. Though my grandson has become a little naughty, I still like spending time with him.
Good day, students. How are you? How about your family members? I hope you all be good and safe at home. And you'll watch the conversation of Mr. Suresh and Mrs. Sam. Do you speak to your neighbors? Yes. Some of you will speak and some of you have friends as your neighbors too. But we are going to see a family which nobody wants to meet. So imagine what kind of a family they are. Let's move on to the poem. The Grumble Family, written by Lucy Maud Montgomery. What is meant by grumble? Grumble means complain. Here you can see growl, mutter, grip, complain, beep, moan, bitch, scold, grouch, croak. Before moving to the poem, let me introduce the poet. Lucy Maud Montgomery. She was born on November 30, 1874, Clifton, PEI, Canada. She is a Canadian regional romantic novelist. She is best known for Anne of Green Gables in 1908. Earlier, a journalist and school teacher. She achieved international success with both adults and children after the publication of Anne. She wrote close to a dozen books while she was living in the Lakesdale Manse. Maud died in Toronto, April 24, 1942, and was buried at Cavendish, Prince Edward Island. Now, let me read the poem. The Grumble Family. There's a family nobody likes to meet. They live, it is said, on Complaining Street. In the city of never are satisfied, the river of discontent beside. They growl at that, and they growl at this. Whatever comes, there is something amiss. And whether their station be high or humble, they are all known by the name of Grumble. The weather is always too hot or cold. Summer and winter alike they scold. Nothing goes right with the folks you meet down on the gloomy Complaining Street. They growl at rain and they growl at the sun. In fact, their growling is never done. And if everything pleased them, there isn't a doubt they'd growl that they would nothing to growl about. But the queerest thing is that not one of the same can be brought to acknowledge his family name. For never a grumble will own that he is connected with it all, you see. The worst thing is that if anyone stays among them too long, he will learn their ways. And before he dreams of the terrible jumble, he is adopted into the family of Grumble. And so it were wisest to keep our feet from wandering into Complaining Street, and never to growl whatever we do, lest we be mistaken for grumblers too. Let us learn to walk with a smile and a song, no matter if things do sometimes go wrong. And then be our station high or humble, will never belong to the family of grumble. Can you tell what the poem is about? Yes, grumbling. The theme of the poem is discontent, that is, dissatisfaction. Let me explain the poem. There's a family nobody likes to meet. They live, it is said, on complaining street. In the city of never are satisfied, the river of discontent beside. In the first stanza, the poet says that there is a family living in a complaining street, in the city of never are satisfied. There is a river beside them, that is, the river of discontent. From this, we can imagine the family always complains and they are never satisfied with what they have. Let's read the second stanza. They growl at that and they growl at this. Whatever comes, there is something amiss. And whether their station be high or humble, they are all known by the name of grumble. In the second stanza, the members of the family growl at everything and will not accept anything as it is. They were known by the name of grumble, irrespective of what they are and what their social status is, high or humble. That is, they may be rich or poor. Third stanza. The weather is always too hot or cold. Summer and winter alike they scold. Nothing goes right with the folks you meet down on that gloomy complaining street. They complain about the weather and seasons. When it is too hot, they complain it's too hot, and when it is cold, they again complain that it is cold. They will not be at peace with the people around them. They always grumble, scold at anything and everything that they come across. They growl at rain and they growl at the sun. In fact, their growling is never done. And if everything pleased them, there isn't a doubt. They would growl that they had nothing to grumble about. In the fourth stanza, they growl at rain and they growl at the sun. Whatever the season may be, they always growl. They will not stop growling. Nothing pleased them. Even if there is nothing to grumble, they will do that. Let's read the fifth stanza. But the queerest thing is that not one of the same can be brought to acknowledge his family name. For never a grumble will own that he is connected with it all, you see. What is meant by queerest? Queerest means strange. The queerest thing is that the family members will not reveal their family name, and also they are connected to the family of grumble. The worst thing is that if anyone stays among them too long, he will learn their ways, and before he dreams of the terrible jumble, he adopted into the family of grumble. In the sixth stanza, the poet says that if anyone stays with them, they will also learn the habit of grumble. Seventh stanza. And so it were wisest to keep our feet from wandering into complaining street, and never to crawl whatever we do, lest we be mistaken for grumblers too. So the poet wants us to keep away from the grumble family and don't complain about anything. Let us learn to walk with a smile and the song, no matter if things do sometimes go wrong. And then be our station high or humble, will never belong to the family of grumble. In the 8th stanza, the poet advises us to learn to smile at everything you do. Sometimes things may go wrong. We can face challenges in our lives, but don't grumble at anything. We may have high or low status, but don't belong to the family of grumble.
Hello, I am Miss Reena, a neighbor of Grumble family in a complaining street. They always grumble at everything. They grumble at that, they grumble at this. They even growl at cold and even hot. They growl at the seasons too. They never stop grumbling. If someone stays with them, they will learn the habit of grumble. So, the poet wants us to stay away from the grumble family and learn to be content with what we have.
Now let's see the poetic devices employed in this poem. Definition of rhyme. Rhyme is a popular literary device in which the repetition of the same or similar sounds occur in two or more words, usually at the end of lines in poems or songs. For example, face, case. Definition of rhyme scheme. The ordered pattern of rhymes at the end of the lines of a poem or verse. Now can you tell what the rhyming words in this poem are? Yes. Meet, street, satisfied, beside, this, amiss, humble, grumble, coal, scold, meet, street, sun, done, doubt, about, same, name, he, see, stays, ways, jumble, grumble, feet, street, do, to, song, wrong, humble, grumble. Now let's see the figure of speech are and how it is employed in this poem. Definition of figure of speech. A word or phrase used in a non-literal sense for rhetorical or vivid effect. First one, anaphora. An anaphora is a technique where several phrases begin with the same word. In the first line of the second stanza, we can see the phrase, they growl at that and they growl at this. Second, epithet. Epithet is an adjective expressing the quality of the person or a thing. The family is known as grumble family and the street is complaining street. It expresses the quality of the family and the street. Third one, alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds in successive or nearby words. We can see the words like high, humble, growl, grumble, long, learn, smile and song. I think you have understood the poetic devices employed in this poem. Now let me teach you some hard words and their meanings. Number 1. Grumble. Complain about something in a bad-tempered way. Growl. Make a low, guttural sound in the throat. Amiss. Inappropriate. Gloomy, dark or poorly lit. Queerest, strange. Terrible, extremely bad or serious. Now follow-up for this poem is to write a paragraph on how to be content with what we have. I hope you will not grumble about anything like this family and will be optimists. Thank you.